Today's episode of Luca's Culinary Journey was brought to you by Your Kitchen Store. Luca is a locally owned restaurant. Your Kitchen Store is a locally owned business. Shopping locally owned and locally grown builds a better community.
Brought to you in part by Monadnock Flooring and Decorating, offering quality sales, service, and installation for over 35 years on Production Avenue next to Subaru of Keene. Hey everybody, welcome to A Culinary Journey. Do not adjust your TV because it looks different, but we're in the coolest place to do our holiday shows. We're here at Your Kitchen Store in downtown Keene as special guests in the kitchen in the back of the store. It's absolutely incredible. And my special guest today is the owner of Your Kitchen Store, Dean Eaton. You're going to love what we're making. We're making Thanksgiving turkey with a twist. Actually, we're going to roll the turkey, the breast and the thigh. You're going to love it. And when Dean gets on, anything can happen. And I have all this great stuff in Your Kitchen Store right at my disposal, at my fingertips. I cannot wait because Your Culinary Journey with Dean Eaton and Your Kitchen Store starts now. Welcome back to A Culinary Journey. I'm Luca and this is Dean Eaton. Dean, how's it going?
Good. A pleasure to have you in our kitchen at Your Kitchen Store.
This is absolutely incredible. What
our kitchen, your kitchen.
Yeah, now it's, I'm going to get confused. So now we're at Your Kitchen Store.
Yes.
We're in your kitchen. Actually, your kitchen in Your Kitchen Store. Where this is going to be a tough one.
My kitchen in my kitchen store.
Okay. And we're going to make Thanksgiving dinner.
Who doesn't love Thanksgiving no matter what you do to it?
Exactly. And this year, what I wanted to do, because everybody's making that, put the whole turkey in the oven, leave it there for hours, and pull it out and then carve it down. Well, we're going to pre-carve it, and so it's going to be raw when we carve it. And we're actually going to roll it like a little roulade, and I'm going to need your help with that. You good with that?
I'm happy to help.
All right. So Your Kitchen Store has been in this location how long?
2 years.
2 years, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's deep. It's got so many good things in here, and you can't. Is there anything you don't have?
Every day somebody asks for something you don't have. Every day.
Really?
Oh, there's so much out there.
So you just have to get a bigger store, or just get more stuff?
Or divorce.
You'll be here forever. Well, let's get started on our cooking because we want to get started on our turkey. What I'm going to need you to do is cut me up some mirepoix. You know what mirepoix is?
Carrots, celery, onions.
Perfect. I'm going to need it two different ways.
French for something simple.
There you go. Because what we're going to do is that we're going to use that as the base to our sauce. So you're going to cut up carrots, onions, and celery two different ways. One to make almost a raft. I'm going to show you. We're going to put a turkey breast roulade or a rolled turkey in here, and we want to put vegetables along the bottom. So you're going to do that. And then we're going to dice some vegetables to make a sauce for our braised thighs. Sounds good?
This is great for somebody who's serving a small party.
Exactly. And you could actually take that turkey and break it down the day before or a couple of days before and make a stock out of the bones. And then you have your turkey stock to go along with everything else.
Gravy ready to go.
We're going to have a lot of fun with that. So you get started on this. I'm going to come on this side, show everybody what we're working with meat. So what I have here is our turkey breast. Now what I did is I took the breast off the bone. Now if you really didn't want to, if you want the butcher to do it for you, you could order a turkey breast that's taken off the bone, and you then have them butterfly it for you, and that's exactly what I did. I opened this up like it was butterflied. I took one half, sliced right into it, folded it out, sliced the other half, and opened it out. Now if you want to do this, again, have your butcher do it. You could have them do it as well. Now what I'm going to do is just put it on here, and I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to give this a couple of indent cuts. So I'm just going to cut through, and we're going to add more flavor throughout. Now what Dean is cutting up for us is the base of our sauce, or our mirepoix, right? And that's going to be giving us flavor into our sauce along with the turkey. What I need to add to this are going to be a couple of ingredients, and we're going to do the same thing for the thigh. I'm going to add some fresh herbs. And I'm going to quick chop right over here where my turkey hasn't cut. You have any garlic over there? Can I steal it from you?
Lots of garlic.
Oh, you're good, man. You know
I came prepared.
Yeah, I see that. So you're 2 years in this location, Dean?
Yes, sir.
But I mean, you've been doing the kitchen store thing
20 years in Keene. Last summer was 20 years.
That's incredible. And you've probably seen changes in kitchen gadgets and in even just the staples over the years too, right?
You just don't think they can keep making something newer or better, and they keep coming out with new stuff all the time.
Now, do some of the classics always stick around though? I mean, when you talk about even the different knives or the different pans, are there classics that just never change that you'll always find?
Sure, your 8-inch chef knife, something like that. You know, Santoku knife was real popular for a while. It's a combination between a chef knife and an Asian vegetable knife.
Right.
But the chef knife is still your workhorse of the kitchen.
And it's, yeah, I mean, that's some things that we'll see too in the kitchens in the restaurant. We'll see kids come in with these newfangled knives, and then all of a sudden, eventually when they grow up, they start using regular knives, going back to the regular stuff. So I have some garlic in here, I have some herbs. I'm going to do some ariosto, which actually you sell here now. Did you know
We do.
that?
We
Yeah?
have 4 of your herb concoctions here.
Yeah, what we did is we worked with Atar Herbs to work on blends that we use in the restaurant. And if people want to cook like us at home, this is a great way to do it. So, all right.
Do you want all of this?
You know what? You could do the rest of that carrot that way.
Yep.
Okay, we'll leave those as my raft.
Okay,
yeah?
you bet.
And then we'll do, and do about the same amount of onions. So now what I've done is I've seasoned the inside of my turkey breast, right? And I have my garlic, and I have the fresh herbs, and I have my dry herbs. It's going to kind of balance off of each other. And the last thing I want to do is a little bit of orange zest. I love using orange zest or any type of citrus zest when you talk about working with any type of bird, turkey, duck, chicken. It's always a great addition. And you just go with the zester, cut right over the top of here. That's where we're going to get all the natural juices in there. Now, Dean, you do a lot of cooking at home too, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, it's one of those.
That is such a great tool. The first time I ever used it, I was just stunned at how easy it is. You can use it for chocolate or nutmeg or anything else.
Yeah.
But it originally came from a woodworking company.
Yeah.
They made carpenter tools. That was a rasp.
And you, I think my father-in-law has one of these in his place, and I asked him if I could use it once. He goes, I don't think you want to use it after what I've done with it. Like, okay, you win. All right, we'll just get that all over. Oh, it's nice and just some great orange flavor in there. All right, so now the only thing I have to do here left, I'll figure out where I put my twine, is now roll this like a roulade, all right? So what I'm doing is just taking one side of it, rolling it in, and I want the skin side to be showing because that is going to get a nice sear on it for us. We'll roll that in, and we'll just kind of tuck everything on the inside. See how that?
Keep up all those nice juices in and give it a nice fat flavor.
Exactly. Now, look at that. We got that breast. It looks back to what it looked like when it came off the bird, maybe actually even a little bit thicker. And then we're going to cut some twine and go around and tie this up. Now, the raft that he's making to put under here, let's do this. Let's take this and we'll start putting down our vegetables down on the bottom. This is going to take the longer of the two because we're going to put this in the oven and let it cook from scratch here. And what we're doing is we're cooking this in the oven on the raft of vegetables for about, at 350 degrees, for about an hour or so. And it's going to cook all the way through. Now we want to get the internal temperature to about 165, 170, just like you do in your turkey when you're doing a full turkey. But here's the difference. When we're talking about 1 or 2 hours, we could take both lobes of the breast and do that within those 1 to 2 hours. It cuts your cooking time almost in half, if not more, than if you were cooking the whole bird from scratch. Let's get that cut.
And if people think that looks like too much work, we have a net that slides right over the whole thing.
Really?
Yes, like a sock, only it's a net.
Guess what I'm using on Thanksgiving Day? and that's it just holds it all together the same way?
Exactly the same way.
There you go. And that's a great way to do it too. There's always a lot of different things that you could find here at your kitchen store. Now, that's it. With the holidays around, you have a lot of cool gadgets that help on, I mean, even thermometers and things like that work well?
I'll tell you, the day after Thanksgiving, people come in, well, roasting pans for one, but thermometers especially. Thermometers, fat draining cups. People just have these disasters and they realize they didn't have the right tools on hand, so we tell them to check early.
And that's the thing too, when I give people tips, they go, what's your biggest tip for making my Thanksgiving easier? I always tell them, think 2 weeks ahead about what you're going to be making. Make sure everything works. Make sure that thermometer is working. Make sure, especially if you have one of those electric ones and it just, some reason's not working, you want to get that set up. Make sure you have your roasting pan. Make sure you have all your everything you need, because that's what happens.
Yep.
It's the day of, and and it's usually the husbands. I'm not trying to say anything here, because that's as much as I cook everywhere else. Thanksgiving, I try not to do that, and I'll find that I'm in charge of making sure we have everything, and if we don't, I'm in trouble. And there's not much thanks going on that day. So.
And then there's prep. You can do something like this the day before if you're using the mirepoix, and just put it in a plastic bag and throw it in the refrigerator. Just get all this stuff out of the way.
Without a doubt. And one of the things I like to do is even prep this whole roll the day before and let it sit. If you have the sock that you're talking about, the net, just wrap it up and it's ready to go, and you don't even have to touch it. So how are we looking over here?
You tell me.
I think we're looking good. I think you got a lot of stuff from me. What I'm going to do is use some of this on the bottom here, and I'm going to.
You want some onions sliced for?
You know what? Why don't you put it in there?
We both washed our hands, but
yeah, but I've been working with turkey. Why don't you just put a bunch? Let's put a bunch in here on the bottom, and you're gonna have to cut me some more for my next round.
Okay.
Too. So we're gonna be good. So because I want it so that way when the turkey is in there, it's not touching the bottom of the pan. It's got
all the carrots too.
Yep, carrots
okay,
too.
You
We'll put more carrots. Let's go crazy. There you go. Hey, you know what you're doing. All right. So we're gonna get this in here. This is 350 degrees. We're going to check it in about an hour or so, and then we're going to get started on our second part. So all right, we're good there?
We're good. It's perfect. It looks beautiful. It smells good too.
You start cutting. When we come back from our break, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to break down our turkey leg here into a turkey thigh so we can do a turkey roulade. You're going to absolutely love this. This is what's going to happen when we come back. And Dean's going to keep chopping away. And you know, I had you here for a reason.
Half hour chopping.
We're going to get the turkey. We're going to get the second part of our turkey braising in our Le Creuset pan, and you're going to absolutely love it. So don't go away. We're going to come right back from your kitchen store in Dean's kitchen, or in my kitchen, in your kitchen, something like that.
Our kitchen.
So don't go away. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to A Culinary Journey. Dean and I are working on a sale right now, and we're going to see what we can do. All right, so we have our turkey breast in the oven. We did the roulade.
It's gorgeous.
That's going to cook. We'll leave that alone. Now we're going to do the thighs, and I need your help with the thighs. You ready? All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my thigh, and you're going to grab your chicken.
Oh,
your
cool.
turkey.
Mine's already cut off the bone. I love this.
Now, the way you have it, I've already cut it. I've already sliced into it. What we're going to need to do is season this with a little salt and pepper, that Ariosto spices. Maybe chop up some garlic and everything like that. Sounds good?
Sounds good to me.
You got that covered. I don't even think I have to worry about you. All right. So if you wanted to see where this came from, here's your Ariosto. There's some herbs. There's some garlic. Have fun. If you want to see how you get that, if you're breaking down the whole bird, and we took the breast off, and we would take both breasts off, and then we could get over here to the leg. You cut your leg off, and then find that bone that's right in that thigh bone, right? And then what I do with a paring knife, I'm just going to go down the thigh bone on either side of it, keep them really close, cutting any tendons off, only from the bone area, not your own tendons. And then just kind of follow that down. Try and keep as much of the meat as possible, because you're going to use that meat. And you don't really have to remove any fat. My favorite part on Thanksgiving Day is the thigh and the drumstick. So doing this just makes me a happy man. Do you have a favorite part of your... What do you usually, the white meat or the dark meat, or?
My favorite part is the part that somebody cooked. No.
Whatever you don't have to do.
I'm usually a white breast guy. My wife likes the dark meat on the thigh.
Oh, see, that's what makes good relationships. Yeah, that's well. In my house, she doesn't like turkey at all. That's perfect for me. Yeah, she's a vegetarian. Oh. I told her that the turkey was a vegetarian once too, and she didn't go with that one. So not only you have everything you need for the holidays, I mean, especially Thanksgiving, that's definitely right now, we could talk about that. Any time of the year you could think of, if you came down to your kitchen store, anything you could think of. And what the best part about your place, Dean, and I see it every day when I'm in here, is that people could ask questions and they get answers. And you have such a great team that's doing that.
I am blessed with the team that I've got, people who are knowledgeable and helpful and friendly.
And really, I was in here just prepping the other day, and the amount of questions that you'll get, even on products that you might not have, that you told someone to call up the catalog because that's something they don't do here for fixing something, and it was really incredible. Yep. It's how great you guys are at that.
We're not afraid to share it either.
That's
You know,
impressive.
people come in and say, do you have a thing that looks like this and it goes like this? And you go, oh, yeah, we have that.
All right, so I took the bone out. I basically deboned our thigh, right? So now I'm going to follow pretty much, if you know what a drumstick looks like, you just follow down the drumstick, and you'll just make sure you don't get into any of the other bones. And Dean's really a lot faster at this than I am. I can see that already.
I know. It took me no time at all to debone this thing.
Do you have twine? Are you ready? Have twine?
Oh,
There you go.
now you're going to make me do something hard.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not doing everything. All right, so I'm going to use this chicken leg too, because chicken. Why I keep calling it? This is the biggest chicken I've ever seen. This turkey leg also. And then what I'm going to do is just go in here, kind of butterfly it again. Now this is what I was talking about with the breast. You just kind of cut it open. We want to cut in some lines in here because we want the flavors that we're doing. Should I just have you do this part too? You chop enough garlic?
Oh, no,
for
I
me?
got mine done. I'm waiting for you.
Yeah. You don't want to chop me any garlic while you're there,
Oh,
do you?
sure, I can do that.
All right, that's a good man. Actually, a lot of the fun, and I joke around about how I like to go, and I like to just go over places to eat, people's houses to eat, but a lot of the fun is cooking together, and this is part of what being together as a family is all about, is getting some cooking in here. Now we are going to be braising this. So the difference is we did roasting before. Now we're doing braising, where we're taking a Le Creuset kind of Dutch oven, and we're heating it up in Dean's kitchen. They have an induction stove. And that's totally different than electric and gas.
It is. It's a magnetic transfer so that it goes right into the burner never gets hot. It transfers directly to the pan.
I could take this off and I could put my hand on the burner.
You certainly could.
Everybody watching? You paying attention?
Go carefully. Because the pan is hot, so that might hit
pan's
the
hot,
glass.
so there's some heat
But there's
on
no
the glass.
hot burner.
That's warm, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm not putting my hand there.
Yeah,
You got that burner on still.
Huh? Oh, you're supposed to turn it off.
Yeah.
This is a good thing I have you here. So if I turn it off, and it would start cooling immediately. It does. It cools down pretty
quickly,
quick.
yep.
Still not doing it. I don't think I have that kind of faith on TV. You know? But I will believe that it's there. So, so what we do is we got that in there. I have to get my stuff together. Man, you are fast. You gonna give me some garlic right over here?
Yes, sir.
Bring it on over.
Throw it on?
Yeah, go crazy.
It's a lot. Big chunks. It'll cook up sweet, though, right?
Have you eaten in an Italian house? That's a little bit of garlic. My father-in-law he's not Italian, but he should have been, because his idea of garlic is that if you feel it the next day, then there was enough garlic. And I'm like, that's a little too much for me. All right, so then what we're going to do here is we're going to simply, just like we did before, and we're going to just roll this up. And I want to make sure that that skin part kind of sticks out. So kind of roll the skin over the other side, right? And this is where that net would come in really well for when you have something small like this, because we're going to tie them. We're just going to put a couple of ties, because all I really need to do is get a couple of ties on there. Here's some for you. Apparently I use this as a magic trick.
Holy mackerel.
Yours is a bit longer than
All right.
Good thing we have knives.
I have scissors.
Yeah, okay. Kitchen scissors. There you go. I'll take that one. All right, so we just need a couple of ties, and we'll tie those on. And then we're going to start searing this, and that's the important part about what we want to do here. Braising is a method of cooking, first cooking with high heat and searing, and then using liquid to finish it off and kind of do almost like a simmer or a slow braise near the end. So we're going to turn it up high because I want to sear in all the juices and flavors. We're going to put some salt and pepper on the skin. That's also going to extract some moisture. I just need a quick tie, because what's great about using turkey or even pork, and we'll do a pork Christmas one soon, but once you just get the tie on, the meat kind of sears and holds together, and then it kind of shrinks, and it works out wonderful. And a little salt and pepper on here.
Some herbs. You got your herbs already? Oh, no.
I got my herbs.
All right,
inside.
salt and pepper on the top.
Good to go. Now we're just going to get this pan going nice and hot. So we have our other turkey breast in the oven. We're gonna. This should be.
Do I need orange on something?
Oh, I forgot our orange. So we'll add that later.
All right.
Yeah, we added in the other one. But you see how quickly this heated up, though? I mean, that was incredible.
Instant.
We're just getting a nice, heavy sear on this. So we'll let that cook down. And then you had gotten our mirepoix ready, and that's right here, the mirepoix vegetables. And we'll see. Do we need a fan on here?
Probably a good idea.
We're just going to make so much noise now. The cameras are going to love it. So back here in this kitchen, I mean, I know we're using it today as our studio, but you do cooking classes.
We do cooking classes, yep, and we haven't gotten you here in yet. We've gotten some other local people who are specialized in certain things. Linda Stavely was here. We just did a pressure cooking class a couple days ago.
Really?
We've got some holiday buffet classes coming up.
And this isn't pressure cooking enough?
Yeah.
But that was a good one. You got to admit, that was pretty good. No, and when you talk about a pressure cooking class, a lot of people don't utilize that as much as they should.
They're afraid of it, and you can use it for so much. You can use it all the way down to desserts. We made a cheesecake in it.
You made cheesecake,
in a pressure cooker. Fast.
Was that Linda?
No, Miley is my sales rep.
No way.
He came in and did it for us.
Okay, we definitely need to get her
All
in
right.
here. We'll do a show with her. So, all right, we seared one side. You'll already see that browning on the
That is
breast.
gorgeous
on one side.
already.
I mean, on the side, yeah. And this pan is going to be wonderful. Now we're just going to move this over. We're going to add our mirepoix. We want to get that nice and dark in there too. So we'll get our mirepoix in there.
So not only does that enameled cast iron heat and function beautifully, but it cleans up so easily. It's practically a wipeout.
I am so glad you said that because my guy's cleaning up today. I'm going to love to hear that. All right, so we got our main ingredients here. What I usually would like to do is kind of let this settle and cook down for a couple of minutes because I want to get that mirepoix browning and darker. So if you were doing it in real time, let it sit, let it brown, let it get that sear on the mirepoix. And then the only other thing we're going to add to this, real simple, we're going to just season our mirepoix a little bit more. We're going to put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there. It's almost like putting our wine in. This is the apple cider vinegar. It's going to give us our acidic base.
Grape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is just straight apple cider. And we're going to add more later for our sauce. So we're going to let that cook down. This again is going to be great to braise. Oh, I forgot our chicken leg. Well, we could put that in there too. But this will be great to braise on medium-low for a couple of hours, and it's going to be super tender and juicy. So we're going to let that cook up. We have our chicken. Man, are we doing Thanksgiving?
I'll open the oven and look.
We're doing our Thanksgiving turkey breast in the oven. We have our turkey thighs here. When we come back, let's present them, and we'll put a sauce together for it, all right?
Fabulous.
All right, don't go away. We'll be right back. Hey, we're back at your kitchen store, his kitchen store, my kitchen store.
Our kitchen store.
Dean Eaton is with me. Dean, thanks so much for letting us do this today. This thing boils pretty quickly.
Induction, fast.
You don't kid around. And then it reduces temp real quick too,
Yes,
right?
it goes instantly to simmer.
Look at that. All right, so what we have working here is Dean is working on our sauce. So now let's show you what we did. We braised our turkey breast. Huh? I finally got it. It only took a whole show.
Thanksgiving.
The turkey breast that we stuffed. Yeah, that should be the giveaway. We have our mirepoix vegetables underneath. It's our roasted turkey breast. Here we braised our turkey thighs, and they're going to be beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And I actually added that turkey bone, the turkey thing. What's that thing called? A leg? Turkey leg. Drumstick right over there. Now, this is what came out of our braising liquid. So what I've done is I poured it through. We poured it through and we got rid of all the ingredients that were in there, like all the mirepoix. All we have here is a sauce. And what you're going to do is thicken it up for us, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
You're going to make
Cornstarch and water, make a slurry.
A nice little slurry with one of your fancy whisks. Coolest thing about working here is that you
Just
have
all the tools you need.
Oh my goodness, it's awesome.
So mirepoix is a word that scares people, but and we talked about it's just onions, celery, and carrots. But why do you use it? It's it's the base of a zillion sauces.
Yeah, and it's a base of flavors. I mean, you'll find it in different families or different ethnic backgrounds. You'll find mirepoix a little bit differently. Actually, down south in Louisiana, it's the Trinity, and instead of using instead of the celery, we put peppers.
Okay.
Okra. We'll add in the peppers. And in Italy, we use a sofrito, which is the same thing, but we puree it down, and it's mostly onions, and it's some celery and some other basic heavy flavors like herbs into the sofrito, which starts all our sauces. And it's that base to our sauces. It gives it the nice flavor, and it gives us everything we need. Now you can puree this. I've done it on roasts where I've actually pureed my mirepoix and made a vegetable sauce out of it, and it comes out wonderful,
delicious.
nice and creamy. So while you're doing that, you're getting our slurry ready. You're gonna slurry that together, which will thicken our sauce, right? I'm gonna break down our platter. So now think of this. It's Thanksgiving, right? You've made this really quick. Actually, if you get really good at making your roulades, you could actually cheat and make this the day before and just warm it the day of, but we won't tell anybody you did it. And then when you go to carve these, after you let it rest, you're going to get a gorgeous, gorgeous presentation that you cannot compare if you decided to make a homemade turkey from scratch. This presentation is going to be beautiful. The skin has got this nice roast to it. Look at all that great flavor inside. Isn't that amazing? So, and now for people who don't like white meat because you say it might be too dry, this won't be dry at all. This has just got a ton of flavor. So let's get this on there. Look at that, right? And now let's add in our other part of our turkey, which is our thigh, which is where I would go for. And if you have, I mean, Dean, one thing you said earlier on was if you only have a couple of people, this is a great,
ideal.
Great way to do it. You don't need a big turkey, but you get some great flavors in there. Oh, this is going to be fun. I'm ready for this one. There you go. Now you can put your gravy on the side, or you could, oh, look at that.
Just as pretty.
Oh, I'm happy right now. This is going to be good. So do we slurry this yet?
We did.
Looks like we got a little. No, this is what's great.
Are we on? Still?
Is it on? I don't know. I don't know how to work this. Where is
left,
it?
this
Right
one.
here.
We got it.
That one. Let's turn it up a little bit. And yeah, and just I want to put a little ladle of the sauce over the top. But if you only had a ladle.
If we only had a ladle, okay.
Look at that. That's all you have to say is if you only had a ladle. Dean, this was a blast. I hope this is something you might think of for Thanksgiving. Look at that. Oh, this looks so good.
Well, I might think of it. See, and you don't have to think Thanksgiving. This is something you can do for just a weeknight meal when you're thinking turkey.
Anytime. And you can even think chicken this way,
yes.
too.
It's just a big chicken, right?
It really is. Thank you so much for letting us share your
pleasure.
kitchen. This is fun. Your kitchen store, downtown Keene, absolutely the best place. If you come in the back, you'll see where we filmed, and there might be some turkey left over. You just never know. Happy Thanksgiving to your family.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. We'll see you on our next culinary journey. Brought to you in part by Monadnock Flooring and Decorating, offering quality sales, service, and installation for over 35 years on Production Avenue next to Subaru of Keene.
Today's episode of Luca's Culinary Journey was brought to you by Your Kitchen Store. Luca is a locally owned restaurant. Your Kitchen Store is a locally owned business. Shopping locally owned and locally grown builds a better community.